Physics, Newton's laws, P22L, work done. Now, doing work means being able to push an object. That means to act or to pull an object, to apply a force on an object over a certain distance, moved along the line of action. So that means the force and the distance should be on the same direction. And describe the energy transfer involved. Now, work equals force times distance. For example, we have this cart which is pulled by a force F, and we see it's moving from one position to another position. That means it's moving over a certain distance. So work equals force times distance. Work is measured in joules, symbolized J. That's the unit. Now, if the object doesn't move, if the object does not move, distance is 0. That means work will be 0. So, for example, if I'm pushing on this car, but this car doesn't go anywhere, there'll be no distance here. So if I'm looking at the formula, if this part with distance is 0, that means the whole work will become 0. So if the object doesn't move, the distance is 0. That means the work is 0. If I'm analyzing the formula, work equals force times distance, through a triangle, I see the work goes on top and force and distance, they go on the bottom. Now, this is the situation when, for example, if you're pushing a wall, so you're pushing a wall, while you're pushing, so you're acting with a force, but the wall doesn't go anywhere, so the distance the wall will move will be 0. That means the work you're doing practically is 0. So the work done is 0. So because the work is measured in joules, the work is also the ability. Energy has the same unit of measurement as work, because energy is the ability to do work. This is just in a parenthesis. So if the object doesn't move, distance is 0, work is 0, because you're pushing the wall, but you're not doing any work because the distance the wall is moving is 0. And you can get the equation, work equals force times distance. If distance is 0, well, work will be 0. As an analogy, consider this like the concept of work and energy. So if you have money, you have the ability to purchase goods and services. So that means you can buy things, you can do things. The same thing with energy. If you have energy, you have the ability to do work. So it's a simple analogy. So if you have money, you can buy things. If you have energy, consider money as like having energy. Like if you have energy, you have the ability to do work. You can lift this bar. So work done is the change in energy, or the change in energy is the work done. This works both ways. For example, a car that is moving has energy, but if the car is crashing into the wall, all that energy changes into work done on the wall. So all this energy on the moving car is going to be transferred to the wall. When the car crashes into the wall, that means it will do work on the wall. And I mean, the wall can withstand that crash, or it can crumble. So work done equals change in energy. Again, another example, to climb up these stairs, work needs to be done, because you're moving your body up a certain distance. That means you have to do work equals, let me rewrite it here, work equals force time distance. So that means you're climbing up the stairs, you're moving your body, that means your weight over a certain distance. That means you're doing work, but because you're doing work, the energy of your body is changing. As you're moving up, you're doing more work, but this translates into the fact that if you on the top, you have more energy as well. We have more energy as we did work to get there. So work done equals changing energy. Doing work is all that work goes into changing the energy of the specific object. On the top, the energy is stored, because if you're just standing there next to the door, you have a potential energy. That means you have a potential energy, which this amount of energy is more than you started with when you were at the bottom, stays there until we descend. Or you can descend. If you're descending, you're going to transfer that energy back because you're doing work, or we can be just falling straight down, which means exactly the same thing. So you're going to transfer that energy, it's just you're going to do it faster. So this is the concept of work, and it's the relationship between doing work and changing energy in a specific object or of a specific object.